Good morning, everybody. It is Sunday morning, Easter morning, the 17th of April. Happy Easter if you celebrate that. If you don't, happy Sunday morning. So I have a few things that I want to go over this morning. This will be a little all over the place, so if you hate those videos, click off now. If you are a new subscriber that found me from the last video, welcome. Some of you will be interested in what I have to say. A lot of you will not, so don't even bother watching. First thing I want to say is that last video brought out a lot of mean people. Oh my God. That's the bad thing about having a really popular video is it brings in all of the people, not just the normal people that follow me. And it's okay to have a different opinion than me. I ask people to give me their opinions. What do you think? I am okay with opinions different than mine. It's the comments that are intentionally trying to be mean and talk about my clothes and my makeup and, that stuff. I thoroughly enjoy hitting the hide user button on my channel. So anyway, on to the next subject. I have talked to a handful of people in the last, I'm going to say week, that are really struggling with a lot of stuff that's going on. So let's talk about some of the things that are causing that. One, we had some solar flares that came in last week. I mean, there was one night I was laying there and literally my muscles were twitching. So those solar flares do tend to affect us physically. We had the full moon, I think it was sometime yesterday. So we have been feeling the effects of that pink Libra full moon for the last week. It started on me a couple of weeks ago because I am a Libra, so it was pretty intense on me for a while, and it seems like it's hitting a lot of other people as well. So that should be getting over, the effects of that should be getting over here in the next couple of days, I would hope, for the most part. But one of the things that I want to talk about, and I posted this on Telegram a couple of weeks ago. It was an advertisement for a job opening on LinkedIn. And I am on LinkedIn, and for whatever reason, my qualifications, that was something that, like, I get messages of, you might want to look at this, and I'm not looking for another job, but I do get on there and peruse, some of the different things every once in a while. And one of the things that I found was Meta, the META that has taken over Facebook, was looking for, I guess what I would call is a crisis counselor, and someone who was able to supervise employees that might be having suicidal tendencies, was the way I read that. And if that is something that they are searching for and trying to get into place, that to me tells me there might be something coming out that the very far-leaning left people who don't normally watch my channel, those people are going to be really affected by something that is coming out soon. I kind of wonder if that whole thing about the water and the venom and everything might have been part of that, coming out, because that seemed to make a lot of people really super angry. So I feel like that is coming down the pike. But for the rest of the somewhat awakened people that have done some of their research and know what's going on, they seem to be more affected lately because of everything. And so let's talk about things that we can do, because we need to get our mental health in order, especially if something is coming and we're going to have a bunch of people having major problems. We might be feeling a little off right now, but there are things that we can do to kind of move some chess pieces around. So I'm going to talk about a story. I have been through this a handful of times in my life when I've known something was out of order. I don't always know what it is in the beginning, but I know when I'm off somewhere. I'm out of balance in some way, shape, or form because I'm cranky, I am agitated, I have a very short fuse. I just feel like I'm running around angry all of the time, not happy. Maybe I'm crying a lot. I don't know. The last time I remember this happening was, God, this has probably been 7 or 8 years ago. I had a friend with benefits, and it was time for that relationship to go another way because I could tell things were off. And I always look at it like this is when I am off in my life, I start moving chess pieces around in my life. I start removing certain things. I start trying to add certain things to get myself back into balance and to get my happy meter up, I guess you could say. And I remember having the conversation with him that day about, and I was crying. Because I was upset that I was having to let him go, but that relationship had run its course. It wasn't meant for a long-term situation. So I was firing him, you could say. And I remember, telling him something is off in my life, and I feel like you in my life is part of that. This is run its course, yada, yada, yada. And his answer to my problem was to find me a job. He was like, you just need a new job. If you have a new job, everything will be fine. And so then he proceeded to run around trying to find me a more steady income, because if I had steady income, then that mean I wouldn't be trying to remove him from my life. Well, he was going to be removed from my life regardless. And that was kind of funny because I had, was replacing him, or not replacing him. I just was getting rid of him. And that was his answer. So that was a particular time in my life where I was moving chess pieces around, trying to get things back in order. In the last couple of weeks, I was doing that too. That's one of the reasons I stepped away from this channel for a while, was because I could feel for myself that, I was tired of talking about current events. For the most part, I was tired of watching all the videos about the current events, and everybody that I have talked to, for the most part, is tired of it as well. We are beyond over the bullshit of everything, the lies, we don't know what to believe. So keeping that in mind, and if you are where some of my friends are, feeling like the last 2 years was a blur, a little bit like Groundhog Day for some people, depending on what their situation was, it's time for us to start getting, moving some chess pieces around. We have absolutely no control over the world stage. That is not a chess piece that is going to move. That is basically the board. But there are things that we can do to move things around, to balance things out. So that's kind of what I want to talk about, is what kind of things do we need to move around in order to balance our life out if we cannot change what is going on in the world? Well, some of those things are, we have to remove some of the people in our life that may be agitating us. I'm not in a relationship right now, but if you're in a relationship that is not going well, it might be time to remove that from your life. Not everybody can quit their job. Some people may be at that point in time where it is time to move on from a job. Eating healthier is always one way to raise your vibrations. When we get in a funk, I don't know about you all, but I am one of the ones that in the past was very much an emotional eater. And when I get funky, I eat to make myself feel better. So there are lots of things that can be done to try to get ourselves back in balance. And it's just, we need to understand there are things that we have no control over. So that's what kind of things do you have control over? But the main thing I want to know is, where are you out of balance at in your life? What is going on right now where is there one specific thing that is irritating you on a daily basis? Is it what you're watching on TV and that is irritating you on a daily basis? then right there should tell you, stop watching that. Is there a friend that you have in your life that every time you get off the phone, you feel like you've been hit by a psychic vampire? Then that friend needs to go. You know, do you have a spouse that is literally bringing you down and you are contemplating separating or divorce? You know, how long will people stay in a state of unhappiness before they will move on? Some people can stay in it a lot longer than others. So, you know, I guess that's what I want to ask is, if you're feeling off, what area do you know deep in your heart needs to have an adjustment made to it? Or do you need help figuring out what that is? You know, I mean, I wasn't planning on talking about quantum healing sessions, but that's one of the things that I talk about with people when I do quantum healing sessions is trying to figure out where the thorn is in the side that is causing anxiety or worry or stress, figuring out what it is and figuring out ways to remove that and move forward or add things that will make you happier into your life, and not feeling like you are, you know, time is slipping away and you're running out of time. You know, I mean, I feel like that some days. I'm like, I feel like I'm getting older and my body doesn't work like it used to. And if this shit doesn't hurry up and do something here before long, I'm not going to get to enjoy the fruits of my labor. You know, I mean, I think a lot of people probably feel that way. So anyway, I just want to say there are things that you can do to help. You're going to have to take some time to think about it probably, or talk to somebody who is trusted and have them help you figure out what needs to go to rebalance yourself if there are certain things in your life that you cannot control. So anyway, I think that's it. I don't know if that made any sense or not whatsoever, but I hope y'all have a good day. I will talk to you later, and happy Sunday. Bye.